So, you've gone over setting up tangent ratio, and you've gone over solving a side. The last thing we're going to do is use tangent ratio to actually solve for the angle within a triangle. Okay, so we already know that our ratio is that tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent, so we're just going to put an O and an A to represent that. The angle we're looking for is this one down in the corner. We'll name this triangle ABC, so we're looking for essentially angle C here. In reference to angle C, which of the sides would we consider the opposite? 4, that's right. 4 would be the opposite. Which then means what would be our adjacent? 6. So we're going to replace our opposite with 4. And we're going to replace the adjacent with the value of 6. So we'll now have tan theta is equal to 4 over 6. Great. Now, I can actually put that as a decimal, or I can leave it as a fraction. It's completely up to you guys. I like working with fractions, but I know you guys like decimals a little more, so we're going to go with that. 0.6 repeated, okay? So in other words, tan theta is equal to 0.66 repeated. Now, here's our little bit of an issue. Our goal here is to actually find this new symbol, theta. I don't need tan. I'm just looking for the angle itself. Well, I need to essentially get tan to the other side of the equation. Now, this is something very new to you, but we did go over exponents. So I'm going to explain the process, and then I'm going to show you essentially the shortcut. The process is, think of it like we're taking tan to the other side of the equation. Now, tan is technically a very large equation that we're putting numbers into. So say we divide tan by tan. This isn't technically mathematically correct, but we're going through this. So I've got tan to the other side. Now, our issue here is tan's on the bottom. And if you try typing it in your calculator, divide it by tan. So I'll try this, divide tan equals, that shouldn't have worked. It should say error in your calculator when it goes through. Okay, this calculator is a little funny. You can't divide by this value because it's an equation with an unknown amount to it. So, if you guys remember our exponent rules, if I want to bring tan to the top of the fraction, this little exponent, the power of 1, needs to become what? It needs to become negative. Very good. On your calculator, you have this function. It's usually known as the second function. You usually have to hit that button. But if we're going to solve for an angle, we want tan inverse, it's called. Oops. That should say to the power of -1. Okay. Tan inverse of 0.66 repeated. Okay, so that's usually the second function. And do I have second function on here? No.
I don't think it's recording.
So on my calculator, it stands for inverse, INV. If you watch the tangent down here, when I hit this, it becomes tan to the power of -1. That's the button I want to be using on my calculator. Okay, so we have 0.666 repeated to the tan inverse. You might have to hit tan inverse first and then put the button in your calculator. When we hit it, 33.69, okay? So theta is equal to 33, we're going to round it 0.7. So our angle is 33.7 degrees. Okay? You just got to get used to your calculator, how you put it in there. And if we were solving for the other angle, it would have been the same thing. It just would have been 6 over 4. Right? So we would have changed the two sides, and we would have found the other angle in this question.